In the Lotus Sutra, Shakyamuni's disciples, whom he has personally trained, emerge from beneath the earth in response to his calling. They are bodhisattvas of the earth, to whom he has given the mission of widely spreading the mystic law, that is, Nam-myoho Renge Kyo, after his passing. Sensei says they are heroic challengers who emerge at the appropriate time in the place where they have vowed to fulfill their mission from time without beginning. The challenging spirit of the bodhisattvas of the earth pulses vibrantly in the Soka Gakkai. In short, you, me, or I, the bodhisattvas of the earth, who engage friends in one to one dialogue with the resolve to remove the suffering of others and give them joy.
What is the abiding wish of Shakyamuni, who was revealed to be the eternal Buddha in the Lotus Sutra? That wish is expressed as follow at the end of the lifespan chapter. At all times, I, Shakyamuni, think to myself, how can I cause living being to gain entry into the unsurpassed way and quickly acquire the body of a Buddha? All the bodhisattvas of the earth, responding to Shakyamuni's appeal that they will propagate the sutra in the latter day of the law. They have made a vow to Shakyamuni Buddha so that everyone must be able to attain Buddhahood. They strive harder in their present circumstances to actualize this great desire of their mentor. Had the bodhisattvas of the earth not made their appearance, the compassionate desire of the Buddha would not have been realized. So, how can be bodhisattvas of the earth be described in today's world? They are just ordinary people who live to fulfill their mission or purpose to propagate the fundamental law in the middle of the troubled times. They go to the side of suffering people, teach them the mystic law, work together to transform their destiny.
Bodhisattva, never disparaging, deeply respected everyone he met, bowing to them in respect, while continuously trying to communicate the 24 character Lotus Sutra to them. I have profound reverence for you. I would never dare treat you with disparagement or arrogance. Why? Because you will all practice the Bodhisattva way and will then be able to attain Buddhahood. Sensei Ikeda says, just as unhappiness is not something that only individual suffers, neither happiness can be ourself only. We must live our life in the Bodhisattva way of life, overcoming the ego, developing an extended version. It's just like seeing ourselves in other and feeling others to be a part of ourselves. Where there are the power of faith and practice of the Bodhisattva of the earth, who continues in their life to fulfill the vow for Kosun Rufu, the boundless power of the Buddha and the law inherent in the mystic law will clearly emerge in their life.
Buddha means enlightened one. It is that state of a vast wisdom through which the person can completely understand all the complexities of life and fully enjoy it. Any human being who is awakened to this fundamental truth about life is called the Buddha. The supreme state of life in Buddhism, which is full with boundless wisdom and compassion, is known as Buddhahood. In this state, one is awakened to the eternal and ultimate truth that is the reality of all things. In the simple words, it is the joy of all joys. Birth, old age, illness, and death are no longer sufferings but part of the joy of living. The light of wisdom illuminates the entire universe, covering all the darkness operating from such a high life condition. Buddha are able to transform every negative tendency and situation to create value, thus entering the world of Buddhahood.
Sensei Ikeda says, as with golden hidden in a dirty bag or lotus flower emerging from a muddy pond, in the similar way, regardless of the changing nature of life, the Buddha nature is unchanging and unaffected by any karma. By manifesting the Buddha state in our own lives, we establish a free identity. This means that a reaction or an attitude it get based on the highest qualities, which receive the positive reaction from the environment or our society. We do not transcend the 9 worlds, but we influence all of them by expressing the positive aspect in each of them. For example, the person of great anger can develop a passion for justice for the right things. Or the person who has suffered the most or tortured like hell can develop a deep understanding and sympathy for the suffering of others. But now the question arises, how do we do that? We do it through devotion to the mystic law and chanting Namyaha Renge Kyo. By challenging ourselves through Buddhist practice and not to escape from the difficulties, this is the way that Buddhahood will manifest itself. It is not a long journey that one achieves after some 20 or 30 years later. Rather, it is a fundamental power to create value right here, right now. That is why Nichiren Daishonin says that if you have deep faith in the mystic law and if you will going to chant Namyaha Renge Kyo day and night, you are certain to attain Buddhahood in this lifetime. To understand this, let's take a very quick example.
My life has never been so hopeless. Walking on the streets alone always used to make me feel so low. Battling all the pressures of this so-called life on my own, I have never been so slow.
What happened, Nandita? What's wrong with you?
I'm so depressed. I don't know what to do with my life.
Why don't you chant Namyaha Renge Kyo with me?
What will happen with this?
It will going to make you happy, definitely.
Does it really work?
Yes, of course it is.
But how just merely chanting Namyaha Renge Kyo can make me really happy?
If you chant sincerely Namyaha Renge Kyo day and night, then you will going to become happy, definitely. Because you realize that happiness comes within from your heart.
After this, I practiced sincerely as guided by my leader, and I realized that as human beings, we can't escape the problems of our life. But that doesn't mean that our lives will be unhappy. What we need to do is build a strong and invincible state of life, and my Buddhist faith and practice was the key to achieve that.
Through this example, we can conclude that when we really imbibe the spirit of Bodhisattva way, we not only help in developing others' heart, but also polish our own heart too. Those who struggle to achieve the mission of Kosen Rufu, they always continue to advance throughout their entire lives, because nothing is stronger than those in a battle imbued with determined resolution and a supreme sense of mission. This is what our mentors did. As the baton of Kosen Rufu was passed from Tsunesaburo Makiguchi to Josei Toda and Josei Toda to the youth, especially to Daisaku Ikeda, now is the time for us, we the disciples who need to take this forward. Let us all exert ourselves bravely and vigorously to expand the network of happiness and peace around the world, thus transforming the destiny of all mankind.